Hey guys, welcome back again to Tales of Berseria. When we last left off, we were now in search of the Therion that was in Heloise, which was the place that we originally been in the very beginning. But upon reaching it, we see the aftermath of what happened last time we were at Heloise, and it definitely wasn't good. We discovered that basically the supply chain was basically cut off, and people here were having a hard time to live. Even towards the majority of the citizens left to have a future. So Heloise is a lot less empty. It's a lot more empty than it was last time. But we searched through this cave to go find the Therion, and we found that there is the Fire Temple, which we met Medusa. We heard also that in Heloise there was a mother who kind of gone hateful to the Abbey towards what happened to her daughter. But we truly discovered that that wasn't the case. She wanted to become stronger by becoming a Therion. We fought against her. It seems she still has some will, and I guess maybe got into some realization that even she fainted. So now that we have her in our hands, we're now heading towards the support and leave. And here we are. So as you can see, I've done a little, also, you know, each episode is always new in terms of the outfits. I like Japanese clothing for Velvet, though her hairstyle for it, I am not liking it. I don't specifically like this hairstyle. So what I end up doing is go with the short bob, which I feel like goes well. I actually kind of like it. RC with, you know, the guys, really isn't that much difference, because it seems that this is like the female only version outfit. So here's Eleanor's, kind of like it. A Shrine Maiden. RC Magilu just being Magilu, to being, you know, a bit kind of, yeah, very skinful. I'm not saying that Velvet either, but, you know, she kind of like, yeah. But I like Eleanor's a bit. Actually, should check the quiver. That's from last time. So yeah, here we are. The whole gang is here. So I thought the Rock Rose pirate theme, because I think it's like the most closest thing to everybody else.
Eleanor, I was wondering, do you think I hurt Medusa saying that stuff to her back there?
I suppose you might have. But I was thinking the exact same things you were. Losing a mother. It's always a tragedy. I'm glad you stepped in and stopped her.
Thanks.
That Eleanor. I swear, she feels way more responsibility for everything than she needs to. You think we need to worry? What if she pushes too far and erupts with malevolence?
Malevolence is born out of many things. A prideful ego, the self-righteousness that turns a blind eye to one's inner contradictions. Eleanor's different. She's mindful of her ego and strives to confront her inconsistencies of character.
She has a purity of heart that won't be tainted by the emotions that create malevolence. No other quality is as essential for an exorcist.
So she's probably okay?
For now, at least. But human hearts can be fickle things. Who knows what the future holds?
I doubt you got anything to worry about. For most exorcists, purity is a construct of the Abbey's teachings. But Eleanor, she's the real deal.
She's not your average exorcist, I'll give you that.
Purity is handy for any exorcist. But more than that, it's a rare and precious temperament for living. Everybody's got an ego and certain internal contradictions to some degree. Facing one's own ugliness in an honest manner is never easy. To be a normal human is to live carrying malevolence. It's just how much you let it control you that varies.
I guess malevolence might just be a fact of life, huh? But Artorias can't accept that.
So yeah, after being dialogue. So yeah. So apart from everything, I think I've got nothing else to say. So let's get right into the game. As what the game already, literally did it for me.
I'll finish this now.
No mercy! Wounds I will shoot!
I think I have this automatic. Yes, I do. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
You don't want to make me angry.
Well, he said apologize.
Well, sorry about that. I think that was a skit that I've never seen. I thought, yeah, it's a habit. The majority that kept popping up is already seen. Oh, what's this? An avalanche has blocked the road. I'm afraid it's impassable for now. An avalanche. Well, that's new.
Well, I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Let's slip through town and head for Titania before that changes.
Wait, who was carrying Medusa?
So this is your secret hideout. Once I get free, you won't stand a chance. You all had better sleep with one eye open.
Look how worried I am.
Welcome back! That's Kamoana.
She's the same age as Diana. Did the Abbey really turn someone so young into a Therian?
Yep. Poor come on.
Eleanor!
Medusa, please, would you be able to talk to her?
Is this a trick?
Kamoana may be a Therian, but deep down, she's still a normal little girl who misses her mother.
She needs a mother figure.
I can't do anything to console her, no matter what I try. But if it were you...
You okay? You can call me Medusa, all right? Do I scare you, honey?
A little, but not as much as Velvet and Dial. But don't you think I'm scary? I had a bad dream earlier. My mommy said I looked scary and that she didn't want me anymore.
She would never. Your mother would never think that about her daughter.
But how do you know?
Because I'm a mother too. Mothers always love their children, no matter what. No matter if we die. No matter how the world changes. There's nobody who loves you more in the world than...
It's okay. You don't have to cry.
So maybe now she has a place now.
I hope Kamawana and Medusa won't have to feel so lonely anymore.
Yeah, trying to stop the waterworks gets old fast.
Listen, if it's not too personal, was your mother,
She's dead. I lost her when I was even younger than you.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's fine. It just means we've got things in common. So no feeling sad and alone, okay?
Oh no, I'm fine. I don't feel lonely or anything, I swear.
What's gotten into you? You're so strange sometimes.
No, I'm not.
Eleanor, I'll have you watch over Kamawana and Medusa.
Yes, of course. I'd be honored. Thank you.
Are exorcists supposed to be so polite to a grand poobah of calamity or whatever?
Sure, why not? Besides, the Demon Lord ought to not trouble herself over such trivialities.
Velvet, Grimoire's calling for you. She says to bring Laphicet and meet her at the observation tower.
Got it.
We better get going then.
Alright. So let's hope that Medusa doesn't backstab us. I feel like she would either way. We'll keep an eye on Kamawana. You head on over to the watchtower and talk to Grimoire. It is alright if I stay here and live with you for a while. Oh, sure. Wait, I just went a little bit of. Sorry for that. You can live here for longer than a while, if you want. Thank you, Kamawana. Alright, Dial. This make me miss my own late mother. Mothers are truly great beings. They stand higher than any king. That is certainly true. Could you leave me for a moment? I don't want anyone to see me cry. Everybody's getting so soppy. Alright, where we headed? So the outer path of the North Watchtower. So we would have to go literally. Yeah. Hoverboard.
Hey, do you all have mothers?
Where'd that question come from?
Well, after hearing that Velvet, Kamawana, and Eleanor all lost their parents, I just got curious.
My mother was a strict, frightening woman, but she died a long time ago.
I see.
I have no parents either. But the wicked witch who took me in said I was born from a peach that floated down the river.
Coming from you, I'd almost believe that.
And you, Aizen?
We Malakim are formed from untainted mana. Sometimes humans are reborn as Malakim, but they retain no memory of their previous lives. In other words, we don't have blood relations like humans do.
I see. By the time I was aware of anything around me, I was already tethered and being called number 2. I suppose having no mother means I don't have any memories before that. I told Medusa that losing a mother is painful, but I can't know how painful it is.
Go easy on him, Aizen. He's just a kid.
I'm just telling it like it is. But listen to me, Laphicet. You can share deep connections with other people, even if you don't have a biological family. Malakim too can form precious bonds, true friendships, even family.
That's right. Your words wouldn't have stopped Medusa if they weren't true in your heart.
You really think so?
I'm sure of it.
It's far better than being a witch born from a peach.
Nonsense! There's no nobler way to be born! I have an everlasting friendship with a dog, a monkey, a pheasant, and Bienfu.
I hope he's right.
Alright, so we head down this way. Actually, there's dialogue here. Is Grimoire in the watchtower up ahead? No, she's up in the tower by the docks to the rear. She stays up late working so she eats at night. But boy, is she fuzzy. This stock wasn't made properly, she says. And so on and so forth. Let's go more. Are we now this time we head straight. Turn to the right. And now we head straight in here.
You said that Malakim can have familial ties, but what makes you and your sister siblings if you're not related by blood?
Well, a very long time ago, I was born into this world from an Earth Pulse point up on a sacred mountain. I remained in that place for a long while, and then one day, she was born from the very same Earth Pulse point. Before we knew it, we had wound up living together under the same roof.
Are two Malakim always siblings if they come from the same Earth Pulse point?
No. The other Malakim were born there, but I never felt like they were my family. But something, I don't know what, was different with her. If she was sad, I'd feel sad. And if I was happy, she'd be happy too. She can be abrasive, but when she smiles, it's like nothing else. I swore to myself that whatever happened, I would protect her. I made a pendant from a stone on that sacred mountain, and gave it to her as a lucky charm. Of course, she just wears it as a necklace.
And your pendant? Did she give that to you?
She had the same idea I had. She made the pendant herself and gave it to me as a good luck charm. Without either of us having mentioned a word of it beforehand, we each gave each other pendants in the same shape on the very same day. That's when I really knew that what I had felt all along was true. We were brother and sister.
Is that her in the picture?
Yeah. It's a self-portrait she drew for me on the day I left home.
Did you draw her a picture of yourself?
No. I don't exactly have an artistic side.
Well, I'm sure that if you looked inside her pendant, you'd find a portrait of the person who matters most to her.
I hope so.
Yeah, and it would be nice if it was you.
God damn it, Magilu. Alright, Grimoire. Let's see your urgent moment.
Ah, there you two are.
Hi, teacher. Have you made progress deciphering the book?
I have indeed. It turns out there was a second counting song. I've already transcribed it. Would you read it aloud for us, child?
Okay. When the 8 malevolences overflow, in the culmination of mankind's despair, Innominat will bring an end to all peoples and restore them to time immemorial. 4 Empyreans shall wield a wrathful sword and cleave the great devourer, 2 asunder to sleep beneath the earth, as scarlet moonlight illuminates the evil. The nameless Empyrean hath one heart. The nameless Empyrean hath one body.
Oh, yet more delightful material to keep us awake
But
at
that
night.
kind of describes
If I'm
what.
understanding this right, it's discussing the specific nature of Innominat? That's what I believe, yes. When the 8 malevolences overflow in the culmination of mankind's despair, Innominat will bring an end to all peoples.
So, when the world is at peak malevolence, Innominat will use that power to bring an end to all. Is that it?
He's going to wipe out all of humanity?
Is that what the Abbey is after? Is that why they've been trying to bring back Innominat?
No. Artorias is not that kind of man.
What?
His two primary ideals are the many over one, and the restoration of order through will and reason. He sacrificed Laufey to protect this world, not to eradicate it.
You mean that's who he is as far as you know, yeah? People change, Velvet. Perhaps the Shepherd gave up hope. Maybe he lost faith in mankind. Fools prone to sin, endlessly generating malevolence.
He's not like that. If that's all true, then what point was there in Laufey's death?
Is there anything else in that book?
Yes and no. This copy itself is incomplete. There ought to be further pages, but they're missing. For now, I've done all I can.
There must be an original somewhere, right?
Without it, I doubt the Abbey would be plotting Inominat's revival. We can be sure they have complete understanding of their Empyrean's nature.
But this was the only copy in the royal villa. If the original is out there, who knows where it could be?
It's getting pretty late. Why don't we call it a day?
Yeah, let's get some rest.
All right. Alright, let's see what's around. Pirates may be lax when it comes to morals, but at least they do their work properly. We're all literally in the same boat. Our life is in everyone's hands, and their lives are in yours. It's simply a sort of faith. We don't obey rules written down in the same book. We follow the law of the sea. That actually sounds more troublesome overall. It looks like their survey into the currents around the island is going smoothly. Good. Now give everyone a copy of your report and pound it into their thick skulls. Right.
Bienfu, what's even under that hat? That's a very inappropriate thing to ask a Norman. When you get off being so rude? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. So, Rakuro, why didn't you speak in these and thous? Seems like it suit your character.
Just not my style, I guess. Why don't you speak the way you do?
Ah, that's a very inappropriate thing to ask.
Ask of which did no one teach you basic manners? Sorry, I had no idea. And let's see. I'm seeing everybody else, right? Alright, let's head out. Head out. Oh, these two.
Hey, Laufey, Medessa let me sleep in her bed last night. She's warm for a snake lady. That's great. She's gonna help me take a bath now. You should come join us too. What? I couldn't. It's okay. I don't mind at all.
Hey, Kamoana. Did you know? Dial started to grow a brand new tail.
Wow, really? I want to see.
He's up at the observation tower.
Let's go see. Medessa, you too.
All right. But don't run, or you'll trip.
Thanks, Eleanor. I appreciate it.
Having some girl trouble, my little Malik?
I'm just glad Kamoana and
Velvet
Medessa are starting to feel better.
Kinda got a little bit
Yeah.
ticked from there.
They both still have a long way to go.
What you mean, my
But
little
it's such a relief
Malik?
to see them smiling.
We've got bigger things to worry about. Hurry up and locate the next Earth Pulse point.
Right. Okay.
Must you always be so blunt, Velvet?
I must, in fact. We're up against the Abbey here, and sooner or later they'll find this place.
That's true, but still.
Do we go find another hideout?
No, we'll keep on the offensive. We'll capture the remaining Therians before the Abbey finds us.
As a swordsman, I can respect that mindset.
I'm not so sure we could hold this place anyway.
And we've got no obligation to.
I found another Earth Pulse point. It's in the eastern part of Eastgand, I think.
But that's...
Oh.
all right. We're headed for Eastgand.
Then our first stop
That's-
should be Port Taliesin.
That's her home. I just kind of seen what one of the messages was.
When mankind's despair reaches its pinnacle, Inominat shall reach out and bring an end to all.
So that song bothers you too?
No matter how many times I read it, I don't see any good in it.
Understanding that ancient tongue is difficult, right? Perhaps there's another interpretation? Maybe the end to all actually means an end to all human suffering, for example.
That is a possibility. But we're far too lacking in material to know anything for sure.
We need the other half of that book, or some other text on Inominat.
We don't have the time to search for it. Wouldn't even know where to start looking.
And don't forget that that book is just a copy. Whoever transcribed it might have made an error, too.
That's an unexpectedly sharp insight coming from you.
I'm an expert at errors. When Miss Magilu made me copy magic tomes for her, I did it pretty half-heartedly.
Didn't that cause a lot of problems?
Well, when she tried to cast a spell from one of the tomes, the spell exploded in her face. It's really her own fault, though. She told me to copy 100 books in 3 days! That's impossible!
Oh, how cruel!
Cruel is right! That witch is a real devil, I tell you! A slave driver!
Bien Phu, let's go somewhere a little more private, shall we?
Miss Magilu!
Hush now. There's no need to worry. I'll make it a half-hearted punishment.
You're asking for it, Bien Phu.
Grimoire always looks like she never wants to do any work, but despite all her grumbling, when she starts a job, she gets it done. And quickly, too. She's frank, but she still takes care not to say anything to hurt anyone's feelings. I have to say, I like that in a woman. It's charming.
Well, sorry if I'm inconsiderate and charmless then.
I didn't mean it like that. You're all still so young and have led different lives. Can't fault you for being you.
Well, if you're saying we lack a certain air of maturity, I might not disagree.
That's for sure. It's true Lord Artorius has scolded my lack of composure at times.
Although I do get the impression that Grimoire has been dependable like that since she was young.
And it's a good impression at that. Old Grim's been that way since the day she was born. I hate to admit it, but her combination of insightful words and deadpan expression has charmed the hearts of many a Moloch. At her peak, she had a fan club 8,848 members strong, and her dinner shows would sell out the day the tickets went on sale. Molochim came by the droves to doze off listening to her live readings of ancient books.
Wow! I had no idea she was so popular.
Yeah, she's even a regular feature in Who's Who Among Norman.
Now that I think about it, I could see how a person could interpret her lethargy as patience and her vague dispassion as maturity and poise. Compared to her, I'm just...
Were you just trying to imitate her?
No, I didn't mean to.
Whether you meant to or not, that kind of felt like her just now. I can see it in you, waiting to be awakened. That sophisticated charm.
Me? Sophisticated and charming? I don't know.
Try talking like her. You know how she lets her sentences trail off. This is your make or break moment here.
All right. I think I know what you mean. Here goes nothing. Oh. What do you think, Laphicet? Do I sound like her?
It feels a little off, but you're definitely doing it. I think.
Aw, you don't have to grow up, Madam Eleanor. You're cute just the way you are.
You stay out of this, Bien Phu!
BF was not helping.
Not that I really care, but who ended up winning the fishing competition when we were trying to catch a Therian?
Man, that was a while ago. I lost because I came away with nothing.
No, it was a draw. As I'm sure everyone remembers, all I fished up were octopus demons. We were competing over who would catch the Therian. Demons didn't count, so my score was 0-2.
No, the loss is mine, and I'm not giving it to you.
That's not just something you can up and decide like that. In fact, by fishing up those octopus demons, I put everyone in danger. That should count for negative points. I lost.
Who cares? It was all in fun.
I care. Every competition must have a winner and a loser, no matter what. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, I'm with Eisen on this one. It doesn't do anyone any good to make the final results murky.
I can't believe I'm going to do this. Eisen, your curse would mean that the odds were stacked against you from the start. That doesn't make for a fair competition, does it?
Yeah, she's got a good point. We'll just have to settle the score some other way.
What can you guys do? Play cards? Chess? What?
Cards are a no-go for me. I'll just end up drawing jokers.
And I can play shogi, but I don't know chess.
Then what about arm wrestling? Would that work?
Whoa, whoa! Having a demon and a Moloch clasp hands is just asking for trouble with malevolence.
You're both adults, so why not a drinking contest?
That's it. If we have a drinking contest, we'll be able to compete on an even playing field.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I'll have the crew bring out the drinks.
Well, that's one way of resolving it, I suppose.
Whatever gets it done. I'm not gonna complain.
If you guys are gonna have a drinking contest, you're gonna need some tasty snacks to go with all that alcohol, right?
Definitely. Let's go out and fish us some snacks.
Yeah, let's take out the little boat. We can even pick up where we left off our fishing competition.
Oh, God's sake.
Didn't we just figure out he can't really fish?
We were just about to finally resolve this mess. Why'd you have to go and stick your nose into it?
What? Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do anything wrong!
Oh my God, Fu. But yeah, you kind of just did screwed up the mess.
A new recipe!
Super
I've
stir-fried
gotta try
vegetables.
it.
Yeah, we
Scout
finally unlocked the next area, so that's actually pretty neat. Alright, you. What do you have something to say?
Hey, get this! I was out fishing the other day, when before I knew it, I'd wound up near a Class 4 island. Once I realized what was happening, I tried to turn the ship around, but then it got dark all around me.
Was it a sudden storm?
I wish! It was this great monstrous bird! Damn thing had wings big enough to cover up the whole blasted sky!
That sounds like a bit of a stretch to me.
You think I'm lying? Then check it out for yourself. You just might not make it back alive.
A huge bird.
Alright, new class 4 island. I haven't been able to enjoy chicken after seeing the bird creature on our island. It's time to warm up before we set sail. We'll start with our freeze number 33. Ready? Go! Hold on! How many freezes are there? We can't be expected to remember them all, surely. Landlubber, there are 99 Ifrises, and you're not a fully fledged crew member till you know every last one. I didn't know that was a recruitment requirement.
This island's really something. No way I'd want to go to prison here, but it'd make a great hideout. If I'm gonna be left in charge of this place, I'll turn it into the best hideout ever.
You're in charge?
Someone has to look after this place while you're all running around, maintaining the ships in the base, watching the Prince and Medusa, keeping Kamoana company. I'll keep this place running ship-shape, so that you all can focus on looking for the Therians.
But those are just odd jobs anyone can do. You're a navigator. Isn't that a waste of your talents?
You dolt! These are important tasks! Someone's gotta do it! We've got another navigator, but is there anyone besides me that could handle all of this by themselves? Besides, ever since I lost my tail, my balance has been off. The seasickness is killing me!
That's your story and you're sticking to it? Tell the truth. You don't want to come because you're afraid you'll be hurt again.
No, that's not it at all.
Don't worry. That is in the safe hands with me. My friends used to call me the king of odd jobs. They also called me the king of loafing. But let's not dwell on that, shall we? I'm glad to see Kawana is feeling better. Kids should be free to be kids, you know. Alright, before we head, I think, yeah, because the ones that are with image, we haven't been there yet. Damn, we going here. That's what she said. Velvet said. That's where she lives. Ooh, to be honest, I'm kind of excited. I can't use my hoverboard. I knew there would be a chest. Void Norman for Eisen. I really cannot take this seriously. It was over here. I feel like this sometimes is something, but no, it's just basically aesthetic. Alright, I guess we head on to the altar. Summon.
I'll finish this quickly.
Let's go!
So we're having I'm going to this bird.
You're wide open!
But I thought, when it comes to these places, I thought this would be a little bit tougher. And again, I think I haven't changed my difficulty, so I'm literally at my highest now, and I know I can get higher. And this just go by numbers. there we go.
That was tougher than I would have liked.
We got some new equipment. A lot of new equipment. All of them is defeated. Force ring, sorry. So that's another Class 4 island. But I wonder if I can repeat that and it makes it stronger. We'll definitely try that in the future. Because I feel like like these are too easy, in my opinion. So if there's like, you know, if you can continue and you get like more rewards, but it'll get much harder. If that was the case, then I would say like, yeah, I can definitely see how this could be hard, but I don't specifically find it hard. But alas, time to go to Taliesin. You're heading a long way. Long way from home, eh, Velvet?
It's sour.
Sour?
So you've kept your sense of taste.
In my dreams I have. Nowhere else.
Does that make this a dream?
It would have to be, wouldn't it? After all. I devoured you.
That's right. Don't you go forgetting it.
How could I ever forget it? The taste of your... How could I ever...
Looks like the fog's rolling in.
Yep.
Eleanor, there's something I want to be sure we get perfectly clear.
All right. What is it?
Laphicet is not your little Moloch.
What? That's all you wanted to say? You realize he doesn't belong to you either, right?
Indeed I do. Laphicet's his own person, and not anyone else's.
You're right. Malachim aren't just tools to be used by exorcists as they pleased. I'll be more careful not to forget that.
Good, as long as we're on the same page.
Since we're on the subject of reminders, you haven't forgotten our little bet, have you, Velvet?
You mean the 100 gold on whether I'd break? No, I haven't forgotten.
A word of caution. People can fight against pain, but they can't fight against happiness. If you're keen on winning our bet, I'd steer clear of ill-fitting dreams.
Sorry to break it to you, but all I have anymore are nightmares.
Hey.
Fog's cleared. Good thing we didn't wind up getting lost in it.
Of course we didn't. Who do you think is running this ship?
A bunch of shameless rogues who are very good at shameless roguery.
Damn straight.
But it's strange. These waters don't usually see much fog.
Alright, and that's a weird assumption there. I'll fish up something great for lunch. Just you wait. Wait, what? Oh, the cat is here. I just was like, wait, what? Yeah, I thought it was the boy. This isn't the right season for fog in this section of the ocean. Water's the wrong temperature. Interesting. Hey, kid. That's the Van Valvely, our ship. Isn't it a beauty?
She sure is. I don't know about the name though.
Aye. The captain and the skipper said it's not important. It's just a false name anyway. It's like a Greek type of buildings here. No, just the way how it is. There are so many cats around. Some people have started calling the city Whiskerson. The battles between the resident felines and fishmongers are quite a spectacle. Alright, seeing that you here, Cat. The fog was awful earlier. That happens a lot around here. I'm surprised you were able to dock it all. The locals are used to it, but outsiders get into a lot of accidents. You should thank your crew. Maybe not. Maybe in the future. Alright, why they're so... Now the whole fog thing just kind of like made it whole... like it's a tiny bit scared of what's going on here.
Whoa! It's like a castle.
This used to be the base of operations for a rich trading family. When trouble came knocking, they were ready for it, to say the least.
Wow! They must have had a lot of enemies.
But that was a long time ago. Nowadays, it's just another town in the middle of nowhere. But even so, to us, it was the big city of our dreams.
You know this area well.
I grew up near here. Keep on going, and you'll run into a ball. My home village.
Then, the Therian is...
Yeah, somewhere in my village.
Is that okay?
No one will know me there. Everyone I knew, I already devoured.
That's true. Oh, I see something cool, but hold on. The gondola is a real marvel, isn't it? It harnesses the power of the wind to move. The wind seasonally blows in west across the sea and hits the land here, you see. Too bad it's for cargo only. If you got your legs, you're stuck climbing stairs. Damn it. Oh, these are marked in the map. A band of travelers, eh? Taliesin must seem strange to you. It was once the home of a family with a penchant for making wild investments.
Yeah, they built this place like a fortress in case enemies came knocking, right?
Oh, you already knew that? Then I guess Taliesin is more famous than I thought. He alighted in an eastern village, a hero to save to land. The demons that came to pillage fell to blade in steady hand. And before we talk to the guy, Mr. Traffic, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and what better time to prepare than peacetime? First of all, I've been told that I can actually sell the pirate flags. I didn't know. So I thought these were like meant to like for something else entirely. So I'm not sure if anything else would be used for. All right, let's see what you have in stock. Let's see what you have. Let's see what you have. First of all, we need some life bottles. We need some life bottles. Oh my God! You selling me that price? Oh, quartz. We got some quartz. Yeah, I just realized. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I might need to sell more than I need to. Actually, I can actually sell some of the equipment here. So, for example, this. So I'll go with the one that's... Let me go and solve velvets first. No. Velvets first. Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. I could just dismantle them. Wait, can I buy them back? No. I'm supposed to dismantle them. So I can enhance them. But man, it's so expensive, dude. Like, seriously. Like, oh my god. Well, I think I can sell more from these other stuff. Like, I mean, these are like, I can sell them by the looks of it. Just trying to see what else I can possibly sell. Like this lucky cat. Well, the coins first of all. So, I mean, might as well. Spam it, spam it. Now we can buy. Oh, that's basically good. In terms of this, well, just, oh my god. I could only buy one. Quartz garment, I guess. It seems that I have to buy and sell more.
I just love the feel of the sun on my face. I'm glad the fog finally cleared up. For days, it was so thick, you couldn't see past your own nose.
We're lucky a demon didn't show up in all that fog.
Eastgand hasn't had much demon trouble to speak of. Didn't you know that? During the Advent, towns all across Eastgand were attacked by demons. It was Lord Artorias who saved us. Ever since, our towns have seen almost no demon attacks.
Is that true?
Oh, pardon me, Lady Exorcist. But if you're with the Abbey, surely you've heard about how things are here in Eastgand. Of course, demons are lurking about outside our towns. But for whatever reason, they don't attack us where we live.
That sounds unbelievable.
Everyone who visits us from abroad says the same thing. But this is neither joke nor lie. Everyone says that Lord Artorias' power lingers here, protecting our town against the demons.
I wonder who's the fairy in this
reason,
place.
You're safe here. Relax and please enjoy yourselves.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Why do demons avoid these towns?
They call this the era of disaster, but it doesn't feel that, all that disastrous living in Tennessee. Small mercies, eh? I feel lucky to have been born in Eastgand. You realize the lies. The lies. That guy upstairs is some kind of genius. I just can't beat him. Really? I win 9 times out of the 10 against him. Seriously? He must be one hell of a player. I have a new request. Where trouble goes, trouble follows. It was said. Oh wow! I still haven't found like the rest of them here. Oh my god! Unturned silver corpse. Behemoth, consumer of caravans, noxious creep. I should definitely take the opportunity to get these whenever. Because we were here. We also were here. So we should take the opportunity where we can. I just remember there was an upstairs. No, let me guess. No. I didn't get any closer to her today. If you don't want to watch it, you're gonna wind up food for her guard dogs. Wait. Interesting.
Oh, damn. I forgot today was the day Nico was coming. I missed out on buying that special quiche.
That's too bad. I wish she'd just open up a shop here. You'd think it would
She's
be easier
alive?
than always having to make the long trek from a ball.
I heard she doesn't want to leave the village because she's waiting for her missing friend to return.
What are you talking about? A ball's nothing but a ruin.
What? Well, you're a morbid young woman. Sure, the place was hit pretty bad by a demon a few years ago, but it's not like it's abandoned.
Many of the villagers were hurt, but thanks to Lord Artorius, nearly all of them survived in the end.
They're also
Can't be.
It certainly is. In fact, there's a girl from there, Nico, who comes here once a week to sell things.
Just yesterday, my husband sent medicine to the general store there and got some juicy prickle boar meat in return.
That can't be right. With my own hand,
Velvet?
Damn, we know.
What's going on?
That's what I'd like to know.
No, it has something to do with the fog, right? Well, this is gonna be a trippy thing. What if the people that are here are living a lie? Like, this is all like a disguise, that literally this place is fully ruined. Because this doesn't make sense. The food that Nico brings to sell each week is all wonderful. If she started up her own shop, she'll be rich in a jiffy. Although I think most young men would visit for the sake of their hearts rather than their stomachs. After all, she's a pretty cheerful girl, so who can I blame them? I already spoke with you. I want to speak to the guy. If you really think about his gun, you should go and look for yourself. I'm not buying it. Something's off here. Like, generally, something's off here.
You're travelers, right? How are other towns doing? Is the demon blight as bad as they say?
Demons are attacking cities all the world over, and the demon blight is spreading like wildfire. It's nuts!
That's terrible. Living in this town, I almost forgot about the demons. There hasn't been a case of demon blight here since the Advent. Nothing much has changed over the past 3 years.
Yeah. This town's the same as it's always been.
You've been here before?
Many times.
Really now? Wait, there is something that changed. The prickle boar meat.
The prickle boar meat?
Yep, it's gotten much easier to get your hands on high-quality, tasty meat. The hunters are probably able to do so well because they don't have to worry about demon attacks. Well, I hope you enjoy your return to Taliesin. Have fun!
A town without demons.
Could be there's a Therian at the Earth Pulse Point in Eastgand that's devouring the malevolence. What do you think?
That would certainly explain things.
True.
They can't be as bad as demons, of course, but pickle boars are supposed to be ferocious. I hear the women at a ball hunt them with swords. They must be very brave.
Good day. How are you liking Taliesin? I bet you're surprised not to see any exorcists.
Yeah. I've never been to a town like this.
The exorcists stationed in Eastgand often leave to help deal with problems in other parts of the world. Then again, few are stationed here to begin with.
Are they on another of those expeditions now?
That's right. They're currently in Northgand, helping put down a group of dangerous demons. Even though they're gone, we still have regular exorcist patrols stop by. We feel safe enough with them. Maybe they should just move the capital to Eastgand. Of course, I know there's no way that would happen.
No, I don't think so. This is between you and me. If the demons were all gone, the exorcists would be the ones to fear. Being able to manipulate Malachim isn't normal. Remember, you didn't hear that from me, alright? Chest. So interesting. I wonder.
There's a place called Lake Pernia that lies east of town. Allegedly, the lake contains the ancient capital of the Holy Kingdom of Highland. The city flourished during the era of Asgard, when Eastgand was still the center of civilization. But then they raised the ire of dragons, and the entire capital was drowned in a single night. Interesting. So where's the priest?
Another peaceful day in the city, thanks to the shepherd and the great Empyrean. It is also thanks to your efforts each day. You have my gratitude, Soldier.
And we have our expedition.
All right. No.
Alright. Is she someone Velvet knows?
Velvet said a ball was wiped off the map, but it sounds like someone's been coming from there with things to sell. Do you think a new group of settlers moved in?
Apparently that merchant Nico is someone Velvet knows.
Yeah, we know.
She said something about Artorias having saved the village. Do you think it had something to do with the Earth Pulse point?
I can't say. We've heard too many conflicting things.
This feels wrong to me. Really, really wrong.
We won't find the truth by wandering blindly in the dark. The path forward is our only way.
Right. It's not like we can turn back.
But Miss Mogulu, what if there's darkness ahead too?
Then we'll take a nice nap together. Forever, probably.
Oh.
I see the inn. I like to stay. Literally, I just had 100 gals. I'd like to add something to my order. One smile, please. Right away, sir. That'll be 1,000 gals.
That's extraordinary.
So, let's head up here. Interesting. Let's see how the place is. I feel like if there isn't, obviously game, I have to have, you know, the thing. Which actually, let me just hold on tight. Let me go around here first. I'm sure everyone knows it, but the Lord Shepherd Artorias used to live here in Eastgand. 3 years ago, the ancient... No, sorry. 3 years ago, during the Advent, he saved a ball and Taliesin from the demons. In other words, the shepherd quest to save the world started here. That's something to be proud of. But did he manage to save people? This is a tough town to grow up in. All the nooks and back alleys make games like hide and seek and tag ridiculously hard. I'm already buzzed, and I've only just started playing.
That festival over in a ball sure was fun, wasn't it?
It sure was. What a cheerful and happy place. And the food was amazing. I'd love to go back sometime.
I loved the prickle boar meatballs. Nico's quiche was so good. It was a master quiche.
This Nico must be a great cook. I'd love to try this master quiche. Where did you learn a joke like that? Anyway, Taliesin's Fisherman Festival is coming up soon. We've got to show the folks from Abal a good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna help my uncle catch lots of tasty fish for the festival.
What do you think you'll catch?
Pickled mackerel, tuna rolls, oh, and duck stew.
Those are all the names of dishes, silly. And a duck isn't a fish, it's a bird. I swear, you don't think of anything but food.
Nico's quiche.
Hey sis, I'm in the mood for something tart. Could you make something with lemon in it? I could bake some lemon tarts. Tarts, they'd be Is that the kind of thing you had in mind?
Everything is too freaky here. Everything doesn't seem to be real. Oh wow.
Ask me what this town's known for. Answer, stairs.
Yeah, I've never seen this many stairs before in my life.
You're close to the sea and the weather is beautiful and everything, but doesn't all this climbing make life here hard?
Not at all. I walked the stairs here since I was a child. A little climb like this is nothing. Everyone raised here has a strong set of legs and a sturdy back. You couldn't turn a profit selling back medicine here. No way, no how.
Stairs are the secret to the television itself. If you drop an apple from the top of them, just fetch it. What will make you healthy enough to cry? Well, that definitely does serve a point. Hoverboard. This is something you guys don't have.
It's time for the quiz. Answer this. How many steps are there in the city and ports combined? More than 100, right? Well, the correct answer is I won't go to such steps to answer silly questions.
Oh my god.
Did you think I was serious? Yeah.
The cats here live within a hierarchy, just like dogs. High places are reserved for cats with higher status, and they always sit in the same order on staircases. So much for cats having it easy. Place for cats. No. A ball is... Going to a ball, are you? It's east out of the town along the Berseria cliffside path. We'll pass through the Morgana woods along the way, though, so make sure you're well supplied. You hardly need to tell me that. Excuse me, have you seen a white cat with a black left forepaw around?
There are so many cats around here, it's hard to keep track.
I see. Well, my patient, the aforementioned cat, ran off when I tried to administer some medicine. Hey, come on home. Julius Cat... Hold up. Julius Catstantius the Third?
He must be a veterinarian.
A vet, hey? This guy
We'll just have to go there and see for ourselves. Which way is your village?
It's far to the east, through the Morgana woods.
So that guy from earlier, he does better names than I do. Alright, so.
I wonder what Velvet's hometown is like.
A ball? I've heard about it from other sailors, although that was a long time ago. They said it's a fairly plain place, and it's home to rustic, hospitable folk.
That sounds like any country village to me.
I wonder if Velvet used to be rustic and hospitable.
Oh, you mean to say she's devious and rude now?
Not at all.
It's okay, you can admit it. It's pretty much the truth.
Well, I imagined she was a plain hardworking girl.
You really believe that?
Call it a guess, really.
I bet she was a cheerful, loving sister.
Maybe so.
She was.
And now she's the Lord of Calamity. If she sees her former friends, maybe she'll remember some of what she's lost.
But what has she lost?
That's indeed a good question. Hostile area.
You're strong.
Keep on doing it.
Sorry to cut you down.
You were that close. You were that close. Oh, I just went the wrong way. I need my hoverboard. Stay away, demon. I'm in no fetch. I'm in no fetch to battle with you. Let's pick this stuff up. And let's head to the village if they actually find very soon. Oh, Code Red Demon already. Let's go. So that's one of the ones. I can definitely sense that that's well. What? First of all, down here, that's where the village is. I think. No, wait. No. That's Morgana Wood.
You're strong.
Hey, is everyone alright?
Vengeful Scourge. Alright, if after successfully performing a vengeful punishment, Rokuro re-enters vengeful stance without getting staggered and again fulfills the requirement for a vengeful punishment. This upgraded version will be performed instead. Vengeful Scourge has greater power and an expanded area of effect. Oh! So it's like an immediate thing? I already been down here. Up here, sorry. See if we can go up here. Oh wait, we can. What? There must be a way. Oh, just on the way. Right over here. Or at least we're getting the gal back again. And now we have a hoverboard.
I don't think we have a chance.
No, we do not. Aizen met his demise. Run. 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 Okay. Oh, okay. Why are there so many? I don't know what I have to repeat. Wait.
Leave this to me.
Oh my god. Leave me alone.
I can't get up.
I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Ah! God damn it! I have to repeat the whole area again. So I'm back again. Let's see if I don't die this time. I have a tendency of going down.
Say, do you know why Velvet was sent to that prison island in the first place?
It had to be to funnel the other prisoners' malevolence to Innominat, right?
There's an Earth Pulse point near a ball, right? Wouldn't it have been easier just to leave her there?
Lack of food, probably. I heard she devoured the entire village.
Could that rumor really be true?
Who can say? Let's ask Eisen's coin.
You know it doesn't work like that.
All right, let's think. Why else would Artorias move Velvet to the island? If she was the first Therian he captured.
He needed a guinea pig to test out what was written in the ancient book.
Precisely. He made a special cage for her in the island prison, where Earth Pulse Point and Malevolence met. Then he used Velvet to test how Therians work.
Huh. I could see him doing that.
But turning his own family into an experiment.
I'm just offering a theory. But a man willing to sacrifice his brother's life wouldn't likely show mercy to his sister either.
How could he be capable of such things?
Perhaps that's just how badly he wants to save this world. Or perhaps there's no other way it could be saved.
Huh?
Interesting. Now it's just a surfboard. That'd be awesome. Though it would possibly not be a good idea. Well, if Nico's alive indeed, that's what they said. Well, let it be that she'll be amazed to see when we got a hoverboard. I know I've been entirely with a hoverboard, but it's just so fun to use. Another life bottle. Have to keep that in mind.
I don't think we have a chance!
You thought I'd stop there? Annihilated?
Or the team is
Unarmed? Hardly. These are deadly weapons.
What'll it take to make you go all out?
Workship in Eastgand.
Do you think there'll be ruins at this Earth Pulse point too?
If you're expecting something like the undersea or underground temples we saw before, you might be setting yourself up for a disappointment.
Have you been there before?
No. But if there's any such kind of grand structure here, it wasn't recorded in the Abbey's archives. Eastgand has long been a frontier, and civilization here was never really developed. Plus, the land to the east is said to be unstable, making it hard to build anything too large there.
Even if a temple had been built there, the shifting earth would likely have swallowed it without a trace. The worship of Innominat may be widespread now, but just a few years ago, Empyrean faith was all but dead.
Right.
Still, if you actually searched for the ruins, I bet you could come up with something incredible. We've seen underwater and underground temples, so why not a temple in the sky?
A temple in the sky?
It's a romantic thought, and the ancients were certainly advanced, but...
Flying temples are a bit far-fetched, eh?
Hey, that's the beauty of magic. Anything could happen. A flying temple, a beautiful woman being sawed in half. The border between dream and reality is as fine as a frog's hair.
Maybe you just spend too much time daydreaming.
Maybe.
I knew we get to the moment to actually visit back. I mean, I knew that we would like one day visit Velvet's hometown, but I didn't expect it to be now. Oh wait, that's the Code Red Demon. Okay. This time we quick save, so we're more than safe to do it. So.
A foe worth killing.
Down to Rome.
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem.
Gaze upon my fiery mirror! Kaleido's ray!
You're wide open!
Ridiculous! You're right! You wronged me! Here's your justice! Fight in order!
Win! Kill them to the bone!
Revive.
Forget the pain and move!
Ah, that's it. Ouch. I'm gonna heal myself.
Ready to feel the burn? I can heal the wounds, but I can't feel the healing circle! Now, rise, arise, ascending, angels!
Good.
Buffy sits down. I don't know what's happening.
It's not over yet?
Oh wow! That was a blow.
Nice one. Eat it. Guys like beguile. Revive me. Nice one. Let's go.
Oh wow.
But I can't feel the pain! Fire mine! I can feel the wounds, but I can't feel the pain! Down red!
Man, this is gonna be a tough fight. Yep. It's gonna be that type of fight.
Nice one. Eat it. Eat it. Good. Eat it.
Well, this one's a bit tricky. Seriously.
Nice one.
Hey, seriously? Come on.
Nice one.
Alright, so someone else.
Gaze upon my fiery mirror. Kaleido thread.
There you go. Okay. That's interesting. Happy please save. Alright, Eleanor, you will be saving. That attack is so BS. Let me just read her art because I'm still Earth Drake. Right? Oh, that's for Eleanor. There. Alright, let's see.
Let's go.
Please tell me I'll have more. Oh, I do not.
Ready to feel the Look what I found! Preppy, preppy! Look what I found! Preppy, preppy! Look what I found! Whoa, wouldn't how very
I want her to retry this fight. Either way, so yeah, I think we just keep it the same thing.
I don't think we have a chance!
See this?
What an annoying enemy this is.
See this?
It is I! Look what I found!
Just the pain and move!
Now, rise! Arise! Ascending! Angels! Spirit release! You wronged me! Here's your justice! Fight in order!
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try! Perfect mayhem!
Oh, wouldn't Valerian...
So we can still be safe.
Pressure! Double wide open! Forget the pain and
Let me go! Ready to feel the burn? Fire mine!
You're wide open!
wide open! No escape! No escape! You're wide open! Shooting star! Double hit! Killing flash! But I'm this close! I won't miss! Form zero! Thunder!
Damn, look at the combo here.
Go get him, you three! Absorber! Yeah! Look what I found!
Forget
I
the
can
pain
heal
and
them
move!
with that! It's gonna get me! Come on, this way! Whoa, what in the world?
Uh-oh.
Heal up! Heal up! How they really like me. Ryamu, you guys are the best! Absorber!
That attack that it's doing.
It's gonna get ya! Water mine! Have a nice trip! I'll help you! I can! This is how they really like me. Ryamu, you guys are the big Blammo! Absorber! Light heal up! Blammo! Go get him, you three!
Double haze!
I'll help you! Blammo!
Double
Go get him, you three!
No escape!
Can you please stop killing me?
You guys are the cool. I'm going back to bed.
Alright, you do you.
I'm in your deck! Quickness! Forget the pain and move! Not good! Double hit! No escape, Canto!
Wow.
Pathetic.
But I can't heal them.
Seriously? Such an annoying type boss. It's truly annoying. Like it has annoying type of attack. It's killing off my team. And I can't switch either.
Tremble! Blast them! Forget the pain and move! Shooting star! Quickness!
Fuck it. I wanted to dodge outward, not towards it. I just... No, that should be illegal. That should be illegal. I have an idea.
There it is!
Enough waiting! Slow down! Look! You guys are the best! I'll help you! I can heal the wounds, but I can't...
Deception!
I just realized Velvet can just stab this enemy. There we go.
I refuse to fall here.
Provides the ability to trigger a random skill which can half SG consumption on. Oh! Well, that took its time. A Martian subcontinent. Oh!
Scout ship.
Still have a place to go here. So. Oh, there is a safe spot here. I can go a little bit more. Oh, wait. I know this place, right? I think. I love the ability of my hoverboard. Nice, Cyclops. And obviously, I am indeed gonna save here because, just in case. Can I jump across? No, I cannot. I need me hoverboard. Yeah, there's something over here. I think whatever Artoria's done here, I think it's just an illusion. I believe. If you all saw how everybody's dead, unless he pulled us a. He actually did not kill anybody, but still though, kind of discovered the whole malevolence thing.
A forward
Another victory.
Alright. Let's investigate even further. Silver chest. Quartz though. I mean, I think at this point I shouldn't buy any equipment. In the end, I think the game kind of gives it to me.
A forward.
I let the game handle here. 7 automatic. You definitely see me not play the game. I'm sorry. I thought these enemies at this level have an automatic. It's when it gets to the part that I want to play it.
Hey, is everyone alright?
I just realized. I should check what I have True Velvet. Might as well use that, right? I use that because it's like full on four skills. Alright, let's see. I'll just apply the ones that has most skills. That one. No, that one. Can do. Eleanor, your spear is more than done. And I think that's kind of everybody. Alright, then get out of here. Ooh, we have a safe spot here. Oh, they almost got me. Alright, save here.
That voice!
That's Nico. Right? Nico! And that's... What a beast! And this is a fight that I want to fight.
Man, how can Nico be here?
There was a bolt.
Deception! Oh, damn it! Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try! Perfect mayhem! Crusher! You're wide open! Tremble! Up their way! You're wide open! 1, 2! 3! Eat it!
Rising Falcon! Crash through!
Eat it!
Come on, tag me.
Blaze of wind! Slice them!
Perform a combo with 100 or more hits. Overwhelm your foe. I didn't realize we hit 100. This is a fun. This is actually a fun boss. I'm enjoying this one. Someone's on. There we go. Hell's Claw, good grip, last throws. Alright, let's see. Grants a random skill that creates an advantage against demon, human, armored, undead, fiend, and dragon enemies on normal mode or above. Hell's Claw. Only available while Therion. Hold right trigger after the second hit of a combo to activate. Oh, so Velvet gets sort of break souls for each type of combo. Oh.
I can't believe it. Is it really you?
Nico, you haven't changed. She hasn't changed.
Velvet? What is this? How are you alive? I could ask you the same question. Where have you been this whole time? You just up and disappeared! Everyone thinks that you were eaten by a demon! But I knew it couldn't be true. You're too strong to let some crummy demon take you down. You're alive. Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you in front of your friends. I have to let everyone know the good news. You finally come back to us.
Nico's alive. She's alive.
Don't let your guard down. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well, naturally, we've got a Reaper with us.
Let's head for a ball. We can ask everyone there exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Velvet, I have to ask. Are you sure that the other villagers died that day?
Well, it's not like I had time to check.
Something doesn't feel right. I mean, it doesn't make sense. We all saw that in the very beginning, how everything, around us was everybody. So, was it that they managed to avert? No, it doesn't even make sense either. Uh-huh. This is where treasure is. Or a lot of cat spirits. Good thing we went the right way. Because then I could just go back. To the right way. Unlike in this part, this is like way more curious. Like, how did it truly happen, and why they're still alive? Because again, it's something that Velvet did unconscious in the very beginning. Because that's because she didn't know. So what did Artorias do after that? Because Velvet gone unconscious because the Exorcist was around, that kind of stuff. I have like 3 different ways. I'm going to assume that this is what could this be? A cat's place. So we never actually been this part in the beginning because the game kind of blocked us off. But now would be the case of most likely I'm going to suggest that the temple is where the hole is, Unless Artorias had something to do with that. And I'm going to suggest that in the beginning, what we saw through Laffy said, the real Laffy said, was that the Anomaly? So, and again, as what the book says, I mean, that's just a copy, but if it's what it is correct, then that means it wasn't the first time that this happened. I mean, that's what I when she was very, very young with her sister, there was
Your style is really unique.
the Blood Moon, and it happened again to when Laffy was there. So Velvet witnessed everything. Even in the very, very past. I'm going way back to the beginning of the playthrough. It's like, if this is, I'm just trying to think. Because this part, I'm liking because it's kind of like tying some knots of questions. Like, was the Anomaly what we saw? Was the beast that we saw from the very beginning that took Laffy? Was that the Anomaly? What happened after Velvet? I just went the wrong place. This is why I need my hoverboard, which is nowhere to be seen. So we turn to the right.
This can't be. After what I did, when he killed Laffy.
Velvet, are you alright?
Of course I'm alright. I know I'm right. I'm sure of it. This isn't how the village should be.
Well, let's stay calm and investigate.
I am calm. I'm fine.
She's
really.
She's very
confused. It didn't seem like that was someone else masquerading as this Nico girl.
But if she's the real thing, then something very unnatural is going on. You get me, Rokuro?
Yeah, we'd better keep an eye out.
Yeah, everybody's saying, getting the same vibes. Like, something's off here. Like, something really doesn't make sense. So that's where we go back. But there seems something we can go to the left here now that we have the hoverboard. Oh wow, that was cool. Ah, another red demon. Oh wow, it's ginormous. We're quick saving.
Are we ready for this?
Let's go! Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try! Perfect mayhem! Killing flash! But I'm this close, I won't miss! Form zero! Thunder!
No mercy!
Wounds I won't heal!
I'm recruiting!
Alright, so 1, 2. Damn, cool.
Let's go! Jade Way! Hold up! Tremble! Blast them! Hold up! Let's go! Eat it! Hold up!
I just realized Eisen died here. Damn it. Because it's ginormous enemy, doesn't matter if I launch him in the air or not, I will still hit him. There we go.
That was tougher than I would have liked.
Army Asteroid 5 grants 1 equipment that has been enhanced. Okay, so the same thing but with armor. Okay, that could be very useful. I think I should start doing some upgrades. I think I should. Because I think the point that I'm at is the game's kind of like, well, if you do have an enhanced equipment, you should get some bonus.
Are we ready for this?
No, we're not. 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 Or are we? Having an enhanced combo selection for Velvet here, I'm actually like way enjoying her playstyle like the most. I mean, I think it's just the rest of the characters as well. Like, I want to see Rocco, which I just realized now he died. Revive him. And I died on him, so
Jade Wave for 3! Double haste!
It was a close one, but I am the victor.
Rangetsu Heron. Actually, there's some arts that yeah. Alright, that's those. This one, I guess. So Rangetsu Heron, holding. Okay, this is his 4BG. During an 8-hit or higher combo, consumes 4BG. So that's how you do it. During an 8-hit or higher combo. Okay, can do that. So, who else has it? Perfect Mayhem, we all know that. Rakuro. It was Magilus. Good grip.
Fine, fine. I'll join your little combat crew.
And there we have it.
All right.
Show.
Great job. So I'm not sure if I'm just trying to think. The only thing would be that this is all an illusion, although what we saw in the past was an illusion. Yeah, I remember this part. There's the gates. I'm just going in, but we'll definitely save that for the next episode. Sorry to leave it this short, but this episode has been quite long. So I hope you guys do enjoy this episode. I'm enjoying, and I can't wait to do the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And do indeed leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.